Hi everybody, my name's Bunny.
I'm Kay.
And this is
Bitchin' and eatin'.
And we are eating dinner.
And telling ghost stories.
Oh yes. Lock up your children and husbands, ladies and gentlemen. We have 16
No, lock
of them.
down your houses. Put salt around windows and doors. Anoint your corners. And
don't forget your sage.
And shackle up, guys.
Because we have 16 of the most...
No, wait. Arm yourselves with iron, guys.
We have 16 of the most scariest real haunted house stories you can get your hands on the internet.
On the internet.
So, what are we having today?
We are having fried chicken.
Insta pasta salad, it's like ranch and bacon.
Yeah, ranchy bacon. I was going to add some cheese to it.
I added cheese to it before, and it just made it taste a little funny.
Okay, then I won't do that. And over there, we've got...
Maybe if we had mozzarella, it would taste better, but not the...
Maybe. I'm using my fingers, you guys. They're pre-washed. Don't worry.
And I'm having corn. And this is sweet corn.
I don't know how this is going to turn out because I wasn't able to cool it down completely.
It felt fine to me.
I guess it feels fine. Bacon.
What?
It's fine.
Okay.
As you know, I've got orange juice. I've also got water.
And I just have ice water.
I love orange juice.
Okay. The first story we are going to invade today is called the Whaley House.
Did you try the chicken?
Yeah.
That's good, huh? I made pretty decently today. Cornstarch and flour.
Oops. I forgot to turn the...
No, it's okay.
napkin.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me just take a bite of corn.
Looks like I'm going to have to clear my clean clothes off the bed. Rewash them all.
Why?
And they aren't peed on them.
Are you serious?
He was down there this morning. I was wondering what he was doing. I thought he was going to sleep. And then I left the room, and I noticed cat pee smell. No, he peed.
The location. The Whaley House is on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It's been home to every American president and his family since John Adams. In the 1800, homes in the U.S. don't get much more historic. A few reported to be more crowded with undead souls. The legend. According to the legend, the first lady to take residence in the mansion, like it's much that her spirit remains today. Abigail Adams, wife of John Adams, can reportedly be seen hanging laundry in the west room from time to time. Adams probably didn't get much chance to be lonely as Dolly Madison, wife of Madison. Dolly Madison and John Madison had also been spotted hanging out in the spirit form of the Whaley House. Madison, who was decorated in the rose garden during her husband's entombment, allegedly returns the stop work on the garden removed years later. That's far from all the haunting landmarks. The Rose Room is known as the Queen's Bedroom and said to be a spiritual hotspot. Many visitors and residents of the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue claims to have seen Abraham Lincoln's ghost walking the grounds. First Lady Roosevelt and Grace, wife of Lincoln, was spotted, as well as the Queen of Newfoundland claims that while spending the night at the White House, she heard Lincoln knocking on her bedroom door. I'm sure it was pretty much innocent.
I'm sure it was innocent.
This is called the Whaley House. All you have to do is read the 2 first paragraphs because the other one just goes on telling them if it's true or not.
The location. The Rose House is one of the most famous and lavish houses in Jamaica. It was first constructed in the 1970s. Oh, okay. Damn it, hold on. Her phone storage is low and asked me to make space. It's like, hell no. It was first constructed in the 1970s in Montego Bay and was most recently refurbished in the 1960s. It is a popular tourist attraction. That's all?
There should be more.
No, it's now the legend.
That's weird. Go ahead and read the next one then.
Actually, there's not too much of the legend. So I'll read the legend.
Okay.
In 1820, Heaton-born Annie Palmer married John Palmer of Montego Bay. John owned Rose House at this point.
It's the same one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the legend. I told you the 2 first paragraphs.
But yeah.
The location and the legend. And then the next one is if it's real or not.
No, this is the legend that I'm reading.
Mm-hmm. It tells you what the legend of the house is.
It was just telling you there was construction and refurbished. There was nothing about ghosts.
It's in the legend.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading, the legend.
Yeah.
John owned Rose House at this point and ran it as a plantation, utilizing slave labor. John died soon after returning to Rose Hall. Sorry, my gosh. Rose Hall with his bride, with Annie, his bride. There we go. Let's call her Annie. His bride. According to the legends, Annie was a psychopath who used voodoo to dominate the men of the plantation. She allegedly manipulated the string of new husbands she had acquired over the years, as well as the slaves who worked in the plantation, tolerating them for a time, only to murder them when she lost interest. Annie was said to have a freakishly high sex drive. When she became bored with her 3 husbands, who all died under strange circumstances, she would make male slaves join her in bed. When Annie grew tired of a slave, she would murder them as well. This ritual repeated itself for years. Apparently, all right there in Rose Hall House, it's said that Annie was eventually killed in her bed by one of her victims, possibly a slave during the slave of 1830s. Annie was buried in a special grave in the woods, but her spirit reportedly remains in Rose Hall to this day. This site, in addition to becoming a tourist attraction, has been home to numerous seances and attempts to communicate with Annie's spirit. She has become. She has come to be known as the White Witch of Rose Hall. Is it true?
Hold on.
You need to read about the Whaley House.
Ooh, the Whaley House.
Mm-hmm.
Location. Located in San Francisco, California, the Whaley House is built over a site where John Robertson, nicknamed Yankee Jim, was excavated in 1852 after a grant 4 years after the hanging. Thomas Whaley purchased the land and constructed the house for his family, hence the name. The legend. Yankee Jim was a relative infamous character in the area, known for ambushing miners for their recently obtained gold. Eventually, he and 2 men were arrested for stealing a boat and was condemned to death. To give you the sense of why justice was met out of the 2 times when judges' members were still part of the community. One day, the excavation, Yankee Jim addressed the crowd that had gathered while standing in the cart. He said his execution was a miscarriage of justice and argued that he was a good man who had known for donating to the poor. He was then hanged suddenly in the midst of speaking. In addition, the noose was set too low, allowing Yankee James' feet to touch the ground, prolonging his death. After moving into the house built atop the site of the execution, the Whaleys began hearing strange noises, including the sounds of boots smacking around the house. Soon enough, the stories spread that the ghost of Yankee Jim was still roaming the grounds, angry about his overly harsh sentence.
Well,
so
imagine
let's put this
that.
away for now and eat.
Well, imagine that. You're hanging there with, like, your feet just barely touching the ground as you're slowly being strangled to death. It's even worse than, like, when a murderer comes up behind you and strangles you.
I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Man, I'd be a pissed off spirit when I came back.
Me too. Sometimes I wonder.
I wonder too.
So none of you guys told us about your most scariest experiences. Me and Kay told you a bunch of ours.
Well, don't pressure them into telling us. If they don't want to tell us, they don't have to.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
For all I care, they could be making it up. They could make it up. It'd be still cool.
That would be cool.
The expiration date is in a couple days. I still like orange juice.
How many of those did you buy?
Just 2. What do you?
I was gonna say something and then I forgot.
Well, you look like you were ready to speech it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say something and then I forgot what I was gonna say.
Look, drop the feet, everybody. I've got a speech. Four scores and 7 years ago. I almost dropped my napkin. These little tiny pieces.
That was a beautiful speech.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure 7 years ago you didn't use a napkin.
I might have. I was 21.
I don't remember much from my 20s.
I can say the same thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not 20s anymore?
Mm-mm. I am, but, my brain doesn't help me remember.
Your little graham cracker brain.
Mm-mm. Goldfish.
Mm. Seems like goldfish only last a couple years and then they just...
They don't even last that long. You crumble them up and they're dust.
No, I'm talking about real goldfish, dork. Can you hand me the... Graham cracker or goldfish crackers can last as long as they want.
The ones that are crushed up, they're no good anymore.
How do you know? You could use them for chicken crumbs. Chicken crust.
In my own head.
Sometimes I wonder about your fish head.
My fish head?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a fish head?
Mm-hmm.
Score. Maybe if it had gone on my... There it goes. Had to get aggressive with it. You saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Not you then.
Oh.
You weren't watching me get aggressive with my noodles.
Oh.
I love corn.
Mm.
What? We're at 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for liking,
Commenting,
and subscribing.
and remember to turn on your notifications so you know when we upload a video next.
And also remember to chain up your children the next time they go outside.
Actually, that reminds me. I found this thing on the Line place. I took a picture of it. I think it's in my screenshots. It might be in my screenshots. Hold on. No, it's not in my screenshots. Where did I put it? Download, maybe? No, not my downloads. Let me check the other downloads. Anyways, it was this... No, I don't know what happened to it. Damn it. Anyways, it was this thing. It was like this ad thing for this child cross thing that keeps them from masturbating. Yeah, it was like out like this, and there was like this thing that goes... It was weird. Anyways, yeah. Hold on. And remember, folks, shine bright like a diamond because you're all beautiful.
And shine bright like carrots because we all love carrots. Bye-bye.